How about NBA action next? It is time for some more King of the Court discussion. We talked about this on last week's episode, but we have shifted to a $2 million jackpot from DraftKings that will last through the rest of the season as well. Reminder, if you're unfamiliar with how King of the Court works, $5 bet on any player prop market that you like. Use your King of the Court token, and if your player ends up leading all players that night in total points, rebounds, and assists, you and everyone else who picked that player will split a $2 million bonus bet pool. The way this works from our standpoint, we'll give you the lay of the landscape here. We have multiple players that we see some potential in for this promotion tonight. And as always, maybe you can take our insights and apply it to who you should bet for King of the Court, but you can certainly take our insights and apply it to some prop value in the market in general tonight. So where do you want to start, Dave?
I want to start with a little quick bit of King of the Court trivia, I guess, with just a few left. I went back and rounded up each performance this season to just see if there were any additional little trends we could pull. Some expected things, I guess, in here. And I don't have a ton of insights here, just a couple little hits. But do you know which team has given up the most King of the Court performances this season?
My only guess would be the Washington Wizards.
They've given up 2, but it's not them, and in back-to-back weeks. So they're probably a really good target tonight for your guy, Cade Cunningham, who we'll talk about. But no, it is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Whoa.
3 of them all in 2026 as well, all in the new year. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting. So it's not always, which is funny because Luka also has won the most. But then when he's not winning, it's somebody against the Lakers. So Lakers game is where I guess you want to look for King of the Court pretty much. Unless it's Wizards, Pelicans or something. Pelicans gave up 2, Grizzlies gave up 2, and the Wizards gave up 2. Other than that, it's the Los Angeles Lakers with 3 Kings against them. So little fun stuff for you there. Lakers not playing tonight, so you can't do anything with it till at least next week. But yeah, let's bring up our targets as we usually do. And then a quick look at why we like each one of them for a variety of reasons. Jokic is at the top here, projected for 53 PRA against the Sixers, leading the slate by nearly 10 PRA over SGA here. League leading 27 triple doubles, 4 straight, hottest stretch pretty much of the season for him right now. Leads the NBA in rebounds and assists, top 5 scorer. His baseline alone would win pretty much most nights, which actually makes me wonder, I should go back and look. I don't think the Nuggets have played on very many Tuesdays because he's usually not featured in this, and Luka is always at the top. So he's getting a rare opportunity to win King of the Court as they don't usually play here. 76ers ranked pretty bottom 10, in all 3 PRA categories over their last 15, significantly leading, giving up rebounds to centers in that span. Jokic has got 5 games since the All-Star break with 16 plus boards. He hit 20 twice. That'd probably be the one I target tonight. He's the top projected rebounder on the slate. Hard to make the case against him unless you just want a bigger bonus bet. You probably have to look elsewhere. Second is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander against the Magic. Top projected scorer of the night, unsurprisingly, 32.2 points. 35 plus and 40 plus might be where you want to look for him. He just doesn't quite fill out the counting stats, where if he doesn't score 35 or 40, he's probably not hitting that rough, I guess, 50 PRA floor that you need. But his assist numbers have been up a little bit since the All-Star break. He's averaging about 2 more per game than his season average. That's about a 10-game sample size, so not huge. But he's got 15, 9, and 10 in his last 3 games. Only gone under 8 assists twice in that span. We've got him at 7.7 assists. So he's kind of flirting with that double-double range of being 2 within a double-double, where we like to look for those guys right outside the obvious. Little caveat would be that the Magic have given up the second fewest assists defensively over their last 15. So if he doesn't do what he's been doing lately with those assist numbers, yeah, like I said, he probably needs 40 points or so to push for King of the Court status. Third, as mentioned, Cade Cunningham. He gets the Wizards, who have given up back-to-back King of the Court performances. We got someone in the Discord who won it in back-to-back weeks simply by playing the top projected player against the Wizards. Probably not a bad strategy here. I'm sure he'll be pretty popular tonight. He's been a little boomer bust since the All-Star break. sandwiching his games since then with a 42-point and 33-point performance. He's also got like 5 games under 20 points in that span. So he's just kind of been a little up and down. Pinning the right game is the issue, or not the issue, but the tough part. Obviously, the Wizards are as good of a matchup as you get. His assist numbers are elite, averaging 11.9 per game in March, pretty much his best stretch of the season there. Gets the perfect matchup. The Wizards are dead last in boards, so his tertiary stat, he can probably rack up a few extra tonight. I think we had him projected for 5.4 rebounds, so nothing particularly special. Not really in that triple-double range, but adjusted for guards, even the Wizards give up the 27th most boards, so it's certainly a spot to attack tonight for him. 6+ rebounds would be plus money, so maybe that's where you look if you're looking for a single standalone deeper cut prop for him. Otherwise, play his points, play his assists. That's where the model projects him the highest. His assist number is the second highest on the night, I believe, behind only Jokic, so obviously big upside there. Going to the long shots, not quite a long shot with Victor Wembanyama at number 5 here, but he gets the Kings, which is certainly a high upside matchup. March alone, he's hit 50+ PRA on only points and rebounds twice. So obviously he doesn't get a lot of assists, but he doesn't need the assists either to go nuclear. He gets a top 5 projection in both points and rebounds tonight. So certainly the upside is there. Kings are dead last in the West, so you have blowout concerns, I guess, if it gets out of hand and maybe he doesn't play a full complement of minutes. But we've also seen him go absolutely nuclear in like 26 minutes this year, so it doesn't necessarily have to take a full game for Wemby. But he's already won King of the Court just last month, so from the guys just outside the top 3, he stood out the most to me. Certainly had the best matchup of them. And then for our last guy, Karl Anthony Towns here. I'm kind of looking at this in the regard, at least last I checked, Jalen Brunson was questionable with neck and ankle injuries. Certainly a factor if you're playing Cat tonight. So, there's no rush to bet King of the Court. You're not worried about odds here. So you can wait pretty much until game time to make sure you're not betting against yourself with player statuses. But I would look at him as the sleeper, I suppose, of the night. He's just outside the top 10 in the PRA rankings, but his rebound projection puts him in top 5 at 11.4. Projected for 20.4 points, but that could certainly go up if Jalen Brunson is out. Certainly his ceiling is higher if Brunson's out. I mean, he can score anyway, but just hasn't quite done it all season long. But he's had 4 games of 25+ since the break. That's the most he's had, or his first such games since January. So he's sort of turning a corner, at least scoring-wise. Pacers are a great matchup, 29th in scoring defense, 23rd or worse versus centers in all 3 stat categories for Cat tonight. So if Brunson's out, I think he's the highest upside. If Brunson's in, he still has that upside. It's just not quite as likely, I would say, because of the scoring. But, it's Cat. We've seen him go nuclear, and Pacers are a great matchup. So if I'm going with a deep cut, it's him. I don't know who I'm playing yet. I'm going to have to kind of feel it out closer to game time. Definitely keep an eye on the status for Brunson.
That makes sense. Yeah, as far as the Wizards matchup goes, man, after the Bam out of bio experience last week, part of me is tempted to dude, what if Jalen Duren's just I might be able to get 50 this team? It's crazy, but it's not. That's how bad the Wizards defense is right now.
Yeah, no, and I don't think you could go wrong with that either. Briefly crossed my mind putting together the long shots. I wouldn't be the first time we looked at 2 players from one team when the matchup was right, and that's certainly the right matchup. Hopefully no one scores 83 points tonight to win King of the Court, unless it's one of these guys on here. That would be nice.
The hard part was made for me. First of all, it's the Wizards' tax now. Everyone who plays the King of the Court is going to sort of just look immediately to whoever the Wizards play for good reason. K just doesn't score enough, even in blowouts for me. Like you said, he'll go through a game with 15 points for no good reason and still dominate the game, but they just don't need that from him some nights. So I almost, if I was going to play the Wizards angle, I really would zag and throw a Duren ticket out there for $5 and just see what happens. But I think of everything you laid out here, it's probably Wemby for me tonight.
Yeah. I just kind of feel it. He's in that top five. More than half of the winners have come from the top five of the Dimers projections, which maybe that also just says winners have been a little chalky. They are a little bit. They're heavily carried by Luka Doncic in the chalky wins. But yeah, I mean, Wemby in a top five in a great matchup, hard to ignore. Maybe just because nuclear on the boards tonight, that might be the prop I target for him too. 14, 16 boards just for fun.
His March has just
like
been third. Like you laid it out already, but he's been in some of his best form, highest ceiling type nights this month. You love to see it.
Yeah, let me just real quick see what his boards are at. 11.2. So he's right behind Duran, who's 11.7, and he's in second. So he's right there among the top of the slate. So, yep. 26.2 points. Yeah.
In the mix. All right. There we go. Thank you, Dave. Let us know who your pick for King of the Court is. And if you have any success betting any of these props that we just discussed tonight, get the 3-day free trial. Dimers Pro, only on the app. Take advantage while you can.